Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another cryptocurrency video. Today's video is sponsored by Arcona and I will be reviewing their project as well as their ICO. So the token sale starts on April 15th and will go up until May 15th. They have a whitelist bonus of 50%. Of course, you can already join the whitelist now. And like I said, ICO will start in 12 days. If you're interested to learn more about Arcona, I will leave a link to their website at the top of the description of this video. And we're going to get started with what Arcona, the augmented reality ecosystem, is all about. So very briefly, it's an augmented reality world that can be discovered and used basically, right? You can become the owner of the new digital land. And I'm going to get right into the FAQ just to give you a bit of an overview of what it's all about, just an introduction. So the Arcona ecosystem is a universal augmented reality space which unites the physical world and the virtual world. It's basically a platform where developers, artists, entrepreneurs, enthusiasts can interact and create joint projects. The ecosystem is built around the Arcona global technological platform, which automatically generates a layer of augmented reality at any point on the globe, and it allows a wide variety of AR applications, games, and historical reenactments, educational products, tourist attractions that can run concurrently in this layer on the digital land. And basically, that creates an AR technology that's truly popular and universally accessible to the mass market, right? Now, if we go further in their FAQ, I think it will probably answer a lot of your questions. U.S. citizens can actually participate in the ICO, which is pretty rare. So that's something that I definitely wanted to point out. And as you can see, they have a hard cap of 25 million US dollars. Now, just going through the rest of the FAQ here, like I said, ICO is beginning on April 15th. That goes up until May 15th of 2018. And there is actually a bonus system, right? So during the first 15 days, everyone will get a 25% bonus to the initial purchase. After that, the size of the bonus will be decreasing from 25% to 1%. And every day, they will be choosing 3 winners among new buyers of tokens who will become the owners of one of the 120 digital land plots. More tokens that you buy, the better chance you will have to actually win the lot that's in question, right? So very interesting, distribution model they have there. They also have a cool referral system that I'll talk more about. And I'm going to go over, the light paper just to give you a good idea of what this is all about. But I did want to go over the FAQ. It is an ERC20 standard token built on the Ethereum platform. Like I said, very good FAQ, really answers a lot of your question. And don't hesitate to go and check this out for yourself, right? If you have more questions, things that you may not understand, I think that this probably answers everything you could really wonder. So why should you trust the ICO, right? The Arcona project is actually being launched by Pilgrim XXI, and that's basically, the company behind the project. It has a very successful team that already launched 8 full-scale AR parks in 6 countries, right? So it's actually an augmented reality company based in Russia. So it's just good to see that the project is actually built by people who have, experience in the space. And without further ado, we're going to get right into the rest of the project here. So this is what I was talking about when I was saying that you could win, plots of land basically, right? Things like in Paris, New York City. And they have a drawing that'll take place, right, where they randomly distribute 4 land plots between token holders. That's what I mentioned previously. They have a nice little referral system, right? You can get 5.5% of your friend's deposit as a bonus in Arcona tokens. You can also share and get tokens for free, so definitely take a look at this if you want to get more involved. But like I was mentioning before, right, Arcona is an information space that unites the virtual and real worlds. It is based on that platform that automatically generates a layer of augmented reality on the surface of the planet. And it basically allows you to remotely install and manage any virtual content. Now, that may be a little bit confusing to understand at first, but you'll see that it makes a lot of sense, right? I'll show you in just a second on a little chart what that means exactly. So there's key features in the AR ecosystem, right? You can set up remotely, which means that you can place virtual projects anywhere in the world right from your home. choose the most popular and visited places to do this, and create whole worlds on your digital land, right? You can build and trade. They have a whole little marketplace for that. So the whole world market is open to you in the Arcona ecosystem, where you can buy, sell, rent out your digital land, make money on your creativity and on creating and selling the most incredible content, right? And once again, I'll talk a little bit more about what that's about in just a second. But they also have, a safety aspect to all of this, using smart contracts on the blockchain, right? And that guarantees protection of copyright and property rights. The system automates royalty payments and content creators and rents to digital asset owners. So you can actually earn from this, right? Which is really cool. Now, going further here, this chart I think will give you a really nice idea of what the Arcona ecosystem is all about. So first up, we have the marketplace, right? And this is where everything is really happening, so to say. So there's three main things I think you should really understand with this. You have the digital land, right? So the digital plots, basically parcel property, and then the land owners, and then the content makers, right? And that actually goes into the intellectual property / content side of things. So what that is on these digital plots, right? Say something near the Eiffel Tower, you can create, a show or some kind of venue, and that's what they mean by the content, where you can actually earn from. You can create guided tours, stuff like that. For the actual technology behind this, we have the GIS data, right? Basically, the global kind of GPS type data, descriptor extraction, and then landscape simulator. And for the remote setup, you create, publish, and then attract attention, right? So that's what I was saying with, your plot of land and what you can do on it, and then attract attention to that to actually earn from that. Now, the Arcona platform will be introduced in the Q2 of 2018, and as you can see here, the Arcona tokens help you purchase digital lands and other digital assets. You can get Arcona tokens as a reward for completing tasks set by the Arcona system. Now, they have a total supply of 135 million Arcona tokens, which is still pretty small, hard cap of $25 million, like I mentioned previously. As you can see, the majority of the tokens are going towards the actual sale itself, 60%. And for the distribution of the tokens, we're going to have the majority of that going towards marketing and software development, right? For the actual fund allocation, that's over 50% right there. Now, as you can see, they have a lot of big, supporters of the project: Microsoft, Intel, Google. I believe they got in some of those accelerator programs, the Google Seed Fund as well, Booking.com, also a supporter of the project. And, here they give a little description of Pilgrim XXI, which I mentioned previously, right? That augmented reality technologies company, which is actually the first Russian IT startup operating in the international augmented reality market in the travel industry. Now, they had a lot of articles written about them, a lot of press attention, and I'm going to go over the roadmap in the white paper actually. Now, you can go ahead and take a look at all the people in the team, but the CEO, really amazing guy. I mean, very successful in his own right, great entrepreneur, built multiple companies. I would definitely check him out on LinkedIn. I also have a pretty nice advisory board here, a pretty big advisory group, I should say. And for their actual partners, there's a pretty big list. You'll probably recognize a lot of these names. Bancor, of course, a very big player in the cryptocurrency space. And with that being said, we're going to jump over to the actual white paper itself. So just a little description once again: you can become an owner of digital land, and that's the main asset in the Arcona AR ecosystem. So you can buy, sell, rent, or lease it using ERC20 tokens called Arcona. And using these Arcona tokens, you can sell creative software or 3D content to landowners and users, right? So you can buy games, attend special venues, buy professional services, right? Coding, advertising, content creation, and participate in ads, promotions, special actions, games, and more, all within the Arcona ecosystem. So there's even like an advertising aspect to this. It's truly an ecosystem in the true sense of the term. Now, moving forward, here we have a nice little view of the roadmap. So as you can see, in the Q2 of 2018, that's going to be the launch of Marketplace and the Arcona unit of account, sale of the development kit. For Q3 2018, we will have the launch of an AR viewer prototype and applications with bonuses for testers and scouts. Q4 2018, the launch of a technological prototype for the AR grid, the launch of remote positioning tools for mobile platforms, 2019, the launch of the AR viewer, as well as the introduction of the AR grid positioning system in 10 of the world's largest cities, and that creates a total of 1,500 kilometers squared of digital land up for sale, the launch as well as the internal economy itself. For 2020, there will be an increase of the size of the geo-referenced AR territory to 40,000 kilometers squared and create a worldwide augmented reality grid, and 2023 increase the size of geo-referenced AR territory to 100,000 kilometers squared, combining the physical and virtual worlds into one single augmented reality environment. So as you can see, after 2018, it'll basically just be, building the size of the geo-referenced AR territory. And I also wanted to go over the actual use case of the Arcona tokens themselves. So as you can see, for one, you get access to the ecosystem as an active user, landowner, content, and software developer. For a second use case, we have participation in the creation of the platform on the open source principles, copyrights guarantee, and royalty payments as well. We also have participation in the functioning of the system in P2P economy model format, which guarantees, ownership of digital assets and the ability to get revenue from their use, right? That's what I was talking about before. And we also have the right to vote to participate in the development of the system and evaluate the performance of tasks and the quality of the content. Another use case is the access to the world market of digital land on the basis of an augmented reality layer, the ability to remotely install and manage content, like I said, venues, stuff like that. And finally, another use case is the access to various services of the system, such as the marketplace, land auctions, stock exchange, advertising, and a lot more. A quick Google search for the Arcona ICO will show you that it's received some pretty impressive ratings by ICO review websites, right? Over here you can see the numerous websites that have gone over Arcona's ICO. And just to go over some of these ratings, as you can see here on Track ICO, it got a 5 out of 5. On ICO Bench, which is probably the biggest ICO review website out there, it got a rating of 4.3 out of 5 out of 15 expert ratings. So this is actually really impressive, and this is a big number of ratings right here. So that speaks a lot about the ICO. And on ICO Guru, we have a weighted average rating of 4.1. And on ICOholder.com, you can see that it received a 3.69 out of 5 stars, and over here once again a little aggregate of ICO Bench 4.3 out of 5 and ICO Bazaar 4.1 out of 5. So these are all very impressive ratings, and like I said, you can take a look at ICO Bench. This is a well-known website, and it got great reviews on here, great ratings. So that's pretty impressive. I did want to put it in this video. With that being said, this is the end of my review for Arcona. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I will leave a link to Arcona's website at the top of the description of this video. Make sure to check them out if you're interested, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.